It takes many angels to get any business off the ground, but FanZcall might have what it takes to knock it out of the park. We're here with David Caruso, COO in the 128 Technology Corridor of Massachusetts, and welcome to Language of Business.
Greg, thank you for having me.
So what does FanZcall do?
FanZcall is an interactive sports application designed for mobile apps on the phone, and we really provide an in-game experience right now for baseball fans, ultimately all sports, but to have people play along with the game and actually predict the outcome of each at-bat and accumulate points and compete with their friends.
How does predicting differ than betting?
In betting, you're actually basically putting something of value in play, saying I'm going to bet $10 against that. In the case of FanZcall, we have no fees whatsoever. So basically, you're really just going in for the sake of the enjoyment of the game. So there's no rewards and no upfront payments.
So how do you make money?
Well, we do it primarily on the whole notion of advertising. So we can sell banner ads to sponsors or actually sponsorships, so where somebody could basically sponsor an entire game. For example, Dunkin' Donuts is presenting today's Red Sox game.
So they're not going to be sponsoring a certain batter or certain teams at bat.
Not at all.
They're going to be doing the entire game.
Not at all. Just really for the game.
The focus of our segment is on angel investing. How did your angels find you?
Well, actually, the reverse is true. We had to go find them, okay? And the way we had done that is we developed a board of advisors and really used some of those advisors to give us access to people, in our case, high net worth individuals, that would actually get behind our exciting idea at the time.
And what value do your angel investors provide?
Well, a couple things. The first is we really look for them for, obviously, the cash. I mean, that's the simple and most straightforward part of it. But the other thing we were really looking for and pretty adamant about as we interviewed folks and actually worked with them to have them understand our opportunity here was, did they really help us with experience around the funding and capitalization process, and then also the whole notion of market reach and access. Can they help us grow and launch the product?
Do you feel you've benefited from their network or vice versa?
I think we had tremendous benefit from the individuals we work with. Again, they introduced us to more people with the kind of valuations that would help us, but also I think introducing us to media partners, advertisers, all kinds of people in our network that made it much more stronger and viable for us.
Did you need to give up majority control in order to get your angel funding?
No, actually we didn't. We've given up, I'm going to say, probably around 20% of the company so far for the money that we have raised. So it's more of a minority position, but over time we expect that we'll have to give up more of that in order to grow the company to the multi-$100 million kind of valuations that we're striving for.
When you go for your next round of financing, would you go back to the same angel investors first?
Absolutely. We think that that's one of the things we talked about early on in the process is, would they continue along with us down that path, knowing not everybody could do it, but some would. And then if not, could they introduce us to folks that would be able to continue down that path before we get to a real venture capital firm round, which entirely changes the rules of the game.
So you don't think that angels could bring you all the way?
We actually, frankly, hope that's the case, but we've got to keep all our options open. So part of the network effect was to get us in front of some of the venture capital firms to get the awareness out there of us as a business in this community.
How often are the angel investors in your office?
We see some of them probably every other week or so. We have a routine of communicating with them monthly, so we actually put a written communication together of our business progress, our challenges, and where we need help.
Are they challenging you, or are you challenging them?
They do challenge us. In fact, one thing that's a recurring theme is, what are the proof points of the business? Are you acquiring users? Are you signing up new advertisers? So very important that they do push us very hard in that regard.
Do they prefer you to have a certain type of exit strategy?
Not necessarily, but I think that the opportunity presents itself that in 3 to 4 years we would have the chance for some kind of exit. And I think that largely they'd prefer to see us do a sale, because that's obviously one and done kind of transaction. So.
Are they happy with only baseball, or are you or them encouraging other sports?
A lot of pull from the investors for other sports. We're headed into football pretty quickly. In fact, this fall we'll be launching our football product. Some of the investors have encouraged us to look at cricket with 1.5 billion fans out there. Soccer is another one. PGA golf is one that's also on our radar screen as well.
David, thank you.
Thank you, Greg. It was a great time today.
David Caruso, COO of FanZcall here in the 128 Technology District of Massachusetts.